Okay, I'm applying 6 volts to my oil gauge, my oil pressure gauge. Two 1.5 volt D-cell batteries, and there's a switch right there. As soon as I apply power to the gauge, the needle starts to move up, but when it starts to go part way, it just catches. You'll notice it kind of spring backwards towards 0, and then it settles at about half deflection. I'm told that it's supposed to settle at full deflection with 3 volts applied, half deflection with 1.5 volts applied. So I'm applying the 3 volts, 1.5 plus 1.5, expecting full deflection. It starts to go, the needle catches, kind of bounces back, and then settles at only about half deflection. Here comes the power. Power's on. There. Kicked back. And as you can see from the placard that goes with it, it's settled at somewhere around half deflection. My other gauges, when they test, they've tested properly. With 1.5 volts, they'll go to half deflection, and 3 volts, 1.5 volts, they'll go to half deflection, 3 volts, they'll go to full deflection. But this one seems to lose its mojo halfway up, and I'm wondering if there's a physical problem in here, because I notice that the coil, that the copper coil there, the copper strip of the thermostat that's wrapped is actually bent and is not parallel. I'm talking about right here. This guy right here is bent and not parallel to the one below. Now that's with power applied, and it's even more so with power not applied. My fuel gauge, those two pieces are parallel, as you can see right there. And the oil is bent. So I'm wondering if that's just simply a question of calibration by the bending of the, essentially the thermostat pieces in there. Notice how bent that copper strip is right there compared to its partner right down here, and this is with no power applied. No power applied, it's bent. Fuel gauge with no power applied, it's straight. They're parallel. So I'm wondering if the whole problem is just that that piece is bent.